All right, fastest 15 minutes on the internet, fastest 15 minutes in social media, and my name is Judson Powell. I am the owner and CEO of KHEPRii Television, KHEPRii TV, which is a Black-owned and operated television network. Right now we are showing music videos and also vintage Black movies. So we do that during the day and we show videos all night. So check us out, KHEPRii, KHEPRii.com. All right. Thank you. All right. What I want to talk about today is something that I've been thinking about for a while, and I've been going through a lot of stuff and whatever. But I'm into the point now where I'm not as tripped out over like a lot of stuff that's going on, and I think that what's going on, we need to really wake up as a people, and I mean, and when I say that too, I should preface that with all people need to wake up to what's going on. We are sleeping, and the people with all the money and the power and the influence and all of that, they're playing chess and we are still playing checkers. As a matter of fact, we're probably playing tiddlywinks when it comes down to what's going on. And I guess what I'm talking about is the 2025 project. That's the first thing. That 2025 project is to push the United States of America basically into an authoritarian state, almost, communistic, authoritarian, fascist, all those ugly words that we use to describe governments and whatever. Well, that's what they're trying to do here in the United States of America, all triggered off of the fact that if Donald Trump gets elected, that he will be the dictator, the king, whatever you want to call him. But he's the dude that they're hoping will get in. And that's why all these people are going against their best interest and are practicing the highest form of cognitive dissonance that we've ever seen in the history of the world, probably. Not even in the history of the United States, but in the history of the world. People are just like turning the other way, acting like they don't see stuff, acting like stuff is not going on, acting like there's nothing really happening, but there's a lot of stuff going on. And what we've been seeing also is that Trump has been leading in the polls. He's been leading in the polls, and then they got this smear campaign against Biden, trying to make Biden seem like he's senile and he's too old and all of this kind of stuff. And they're trying to do everything that they can to withdraw interest away from him and also to withdraw popularity from him. But here's the point. All of these people that are talking, they are being paid off by these big time PACs and all this stuff. And the reason is because they control the media. So they control the media. And so they do the polls. Look at who these polls are coming from, and look at where the media and everybody else is and what their stance is on it. Rupert Murdoch, like one of the most scathing ones that I read was in the Wall Street Journal, which is owned by Rupert Murdoch. It's not, there's no objectivity. There's no objectivity in any of this stuff. It's all subjective stuff in order that you won't go out and vote. And that's the other thing. Even Trump made a statement one time. He said, well, you don't have to go out and vote. Don't worry about voting. And then, so I'm looking at, and then we've got all of these trolls running around the internet and everything like that. But here, let me explain something to you. If it comes down to his Trump and his Biden, I don't care if Biden is 101 years old and can barely get down the steps or whatever is going on in his mind or whatever, you better vote for him, or else you are going to be living in a communist fascist state. You are going to have people like the Ron DeSantis's and the Matt Gaetz and the Marjorie Taylor Greens and all of these people that are the Trump supporters. Those are the people that are going to be running the government. So don't trip and don't get caught up in the hype about, oh, he's old and he's this, that, and the other thing. Don't get caught up in that. And now they're trying to, and now they got this phony impeachment investigation when they have no evidence whatsoever. But they ignore, Jared Kushner. They ignored him taking $2 billion from the Saudis, and they're going after Biden's son, for getting a little bit of money. What in the world do you think, if you are related to the president of the United States, if you are related to anybody, in fact, if you're related to anybody that's rich and famous, people are going to do stuff for you. They're going to find stuff favorable to do for you just because you are who you are, period. There's nothing, and the other thing is, there's nothing illegal about it. There's nothing, there's nothing. The reason why you impeach someone is because what? The standard is they committed high crimes and misdemeanors against the government. None of the stuff that Joe Biden has done has even risen nowhere near that standard. So stop being fooled, and we gotta wake up. We can't keep on sitting up here and like, I go through social media, and when I go through social media, it's absolutely 100% disappointing, because the stuff that we're talking about and the stuff that we're interested in is utter BS. We're worried about who's dating who and all of that kind of stuff. Whose baby mama slept with such and such and such, and so broke up and blah, 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 blah. Who cares? If you're gonna be living in a fascist country, you better wake your butt up and start thinking about what's going on in the political realm. And nobody is thinking about it. We're all sitting around happy and fat and happy. We're online twerking, we're online doing this, we're online doing that, telling jokes, ha, 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 ha. And then one day we're going to end up, and look, and it's already happened. Wake up, it's already happened. What do you think happened to Roe v. Wade? And right now we got that case going on in Texas, where the girl literally cannot get an abortion because the Supreme Court of Texas has prohibited her from getting an abortion. So what is that all about? You see what I'm saying? But we're not worried, and we're not focusing in, and that's going to affect lives, our lives. It's going to affect the lives of the women and children that we take care of and that are around us. It's going to affect us. So we gotta wake up and start realizing what is important and what do we need to speak up and voice our opinion about. They're trying to do away. They're banning books. They're taking away classes about Black history and Latino history and everything. They're trying to erase all of the history of the country. They don't want you to do nothing. And I'm telling you, if this 2025 project gets into effect, you won't have a chance. You won't have a shot. So we got to do whatever we can, no matter what the politics are of Biden, no matter what the politics are of the Democratic Party. The only way that we're going to save things is if we get out there and we vote and we do what we're supposed to do. That's the only way. Everybody's got, and half of these things are just propaganda, and a lot of it is probably being fueled by foreign governments. You got to understand, because they got a stake. Russia and China and North Korea, all of these different countries, they have a stake in making sure that they mess up the election. You don't think that they know that Trump is an idiot? You don't think that they know that they'll try to turn this into a fascist state if they're elected? That's important to them, because it will help them to control the political climate and the political atmosphere in the United States of America. And that's the point. That is the point of it all. So we have got to wake up, Black folks. We got to wake up, Latino folks, all the Black, brown, everybody, women. That's another thing. Women, don't think that you are one of the major targets. Another thing, what else did they do? They targeted what? Affirmative action. And no matter what anybody says, affirmative action was a program that not only helped African Americans, but it also helped women. But now they're doing away with all of that. And all of this is being pushed through by a corrupt Supreme Court that is packed with people that Trump appointed or that the conservatives appointed to pack that court. So so stuff is going up there, but even if it's unjust and if it's illegal, they're making it legal. That's why, in fact, I was talking to somebody the other day and they were like, well, what about this thing about the reparations and blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, it's hard to prove. And they said, well, why is it hard to prove? I said, well, put my lawyer cap on. It's hard to prove because at the time, slavery was legal. It was legal. Was it moral? No, it was immoral as hell, but it was legal. So the people that were operating, they were operating within the legalities of the system. And that's how come it's important to control the courts and to vote and do all that kind of stuff. And everybody, well, vote. You better, because that's the only way that our system is changed. That's the only way our system is changed. Our system of government, the only way that you can change our system of government is by voting or legislating something. For example, in the abortion issue, Ohio legislated abortion so that the courts could not take abortion away anymore. And it's not that I'm for abortion or against abortion or anything like that. What I'm for is people having their freedom and people having their rights. That's your right. That's your life. That's your consequences. That's your karma to deal with. It's not on me. That's on you. And then we got all of these people running around here trying to tell you how to live your life according, and even our new speaker of the house, he's trying to run a theocracy. There's a purpose. The Constitution was not written with a religion. There is no official religion of the United States. The United States is not a Christian country. The United States is not an Islamic country. The United States is not a Jewish country. The United States is not a Buddhist country. It's not any of those things, right? It's not. The United States was created so that people would have those freedoms, that they would have the freedom to choose however they wanted to honor, worship, praise, do whatever the God that they believe in without having to be persecuted or being downtrodden by the government. That's what they came from, because everybody was forced into Catholicism in the old world. The Catholic Church ruled the old world. So when they came here, they were like, well, we got to make sure that doesn't happen again. And the same thing, just like I tell you, so there's no official religion, there's no official language, there's none of that. All of this stuff was so that everybody would have their civil rights. And the only people that rights were taken away from were slaves. But everybody else was supposed, just like they cry out over the Second Amendment. Oh, don't take their guns, but then in the same breath, they'll turn around and make you worship a religion that you don't even like or that you don't even know nothing about. Because everybody was not birthed a Christian. Everybody was not birthed on Jesus. Everybody does not know that, know that religion or whatever. It's just not true. So those are the things that we need to start focusing on. Folks, we got to focus on what's important, and that's so that everybody has their freedoms and their rights. And that's important. Your freedoms and your rights are important. And I might not agree with everything you say, and I might not agree with everything you do, but guess what? But I should defend and I should fight for your right to be able to say and do whatever it is that you want to say and do, as long as you're not offending or doing harm to other people. Fastest 15 minutes is up. My name is Judson Powell. Please hit the like button, subscribe button, but most of all, hit the love button. Love you all. We'll see you next time.